everybody. Welcome to the Silent Hill Ascension pre-show. I'm one of your hosts, Eduardo, joined here by the lovely Noah, who's going to run all of you, wherever you are around the world, a run of show.
Hi, everybody. So excited to be here again with the lovely Eduardo. So for the run of show, we have our pre-show right now. It's 5:40 p.m. Pacific time. We have those on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then we have the show on weekdays, every weekday at 6 p.m. Pacific. And then right after the show on Wednesdays, Mondays, and Fridays, we are here back with you with the post shows. Eduardo, what do we have going for us today here?
Sure. So as a reminder, if you're here, you probably know, but just in case, Silent Hill Ascension, socially interactive streaming series where all of you collectively shape and experience its ever-evolving story. You're going to collaborate and compete with others to try to make the choices you want to see. And by the way, the choices we got are really, really neck and neck. So you're going to want to check those out, but we'll get you the rundown. Anyways, when those decisions end, that choice is canon. That's the version of the show everybody sees. That canon story is shaped by all of you, the viewing audience, every day. Now, we're going to throw up to a setup scene video. This is one of the big ones, right? So here you're going to see Meta attempting to leave town with Carl, but leaving isn't just that simple. So it's going to be 2.5 minutes. We're going to have that on screen. Do enjoy. We're going to break it back when we come there. See you soon.
You're not coming?
No. You need to go alone.
But I thought you loved me.
I do. That's why I'm sending you away. So I know you're safe.
I'll only be safe with you.
No, Meta. You need to go where no one can find you.
Is it because of what we talked about?
I understand why you did what you did. You gave those people grace. You gave them peace when no one else would.
Oh, Carl.
But others will never understand. You left evidence all over my farm. The police will figure it out soon enough.
But...
Listen to me. You'll always be in danger, and I can't live with that.
But I don't want to leave you.
You have to.
I think you're making a mistake.
Meta? Where did you go? What was that?
Meta! Meta! Where are you? Meta!
Meta.
Oh God. No!
It's you.
Meta?
It's you.
Welcome back, everybody. And
Welcome.
the thing is, the Escándalo is dead officially. It's gone. Meta is burned to a crisp. I mean, the fires of passion went all the way to where it is. And as Noah pointed out, there was a missing finger.
I can't believe you went there. But yeah, I see y'all are really roasting Meta in the chat. So we can keep having fun on these shows as long as bad things keep happening, which guaranteed I think they will be. But yeah, Meta is not only crisped out right now, she's not going anywhere, and she's also missing the finger. And Eduardo, you said something about that finger is remarkable.
Yes, actually, to be fair, I didn't spot it until somebody in chat pointed it out, so I stole you. I don't remember your name, but you know who you are, and just know I stole your line. Now, that said, yes, her finger's missing, but also Ingrid's ring is missing from that finger. That's actually a pretty big thing, right? That fact, Carl gave Mede that ring, and now it's no longer there. What's up with that is probably the question we're asking. I'm not going to delve too deep into that because that's for you, the audience, that hope to speculate on. That's for you to have fun with. But, I mean, as we say, Toby is dead. Well, now Mete is dead, so to speak.
Yeah, Mete is gone, and honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do without my Escandalo moment. And I also got used to it pretty fast. Like, we kind of got whisked away in this love affair and forgot Ingrid ever lived. Except when we see her plaguing us. But I'm ready for other dramas, but this one is definitely roasted, done, and dusted.
No, for sure. And I mean, you saw it when Carl went in with that, let's call it a body tag, frankly, rather than a hospital tag.
Don't call it a body tag.
Oh. The message was sent. Now, that said, as you said, there might be other things. Now we're going to talk about decisions. Speaking of which, we're going to look at the one that's closing today because it is actually really close. Our production team is going to put out up on screen for you the decision that's closing in about 16-ish minutes. So go ahead, Noah, while I check that out.
So, how will Rachel respond to the recruit's blessing offer? This is a fake decision. Keep an eye out. But he can accept their blessing. She can accept their blessing, which is the redemption option, or send them away, which is the suffering, or let them die, which is the redemption option.
Letting them die is damnation, unfortunately. I know you want it to be redemption, Noah, but unfortunately, murder is not the solution in common courtesy. Now, that's that.
I know, and I even did my damnation hands. I don't know. Sometimes
you were just it's just what you wanted to see, which I understand. I mean, so for context, for the audience, right? You had the scene where essentially somebody knocked on the door for Rachel, and no, I mean, can you imagine? You were almost at the head of this thing, and some neophyte comes to you and, have you heard the good words of Paul Radcliffe? What do you think went through Rachel's mind there?
Yeah, it's like, bitch, please, come on. Have I heard the Radcliffe writings?
Yeah, she's just... Right, with one eye clearly hidden behind the door and everything. So but she sees the horror, she sees the snarlers. So the thing is, this decision, because of how close it is, so originally when we logged into the show, Damnation and Redemption were literally neck and neck. Now they're really close. With Damnation slightly edging out on Redemption, right? So let them die being the option here. Which is great. I'm a big fan of audience members meeting their end to monsters, so it's always good.
Right, but this one, sometimes we have our trick decisions where not trick decisions, but sometimes the redemption one is the violent one or more gnarly one, and the damnation is what you would think would be the right or kinder thing to do. Not here. Here the damnation is straight up let them die. So. No trick here. But I do want to talk about fate and hope because it is a fate decision. So we have our decisions and endurances and puzzles, and all of those contribute to whether or not a character will face redemption, suffering, or damnation in the grand Silent Hill final. So Silent Hill Ascension final. Oh, Lord. Their fate is decided across the length of the season. So a character's hope needs to be high enough for them to survive a crucial story moment. And y'all know that they can end up in a bad situation otherwise. But Eduardo, what does this mean?
Sure. So one of the big things here, right, is essentially fate is usually by default what you're choosing as an audience. You're going, okay, what was this character's motivation? What action will they take in this scenario? And the thing is, character development's really important. It's not just about kind of the last thing they choose to do. It's about what they've done so far. And that kind of leads, right, to their outcome, depending if their options are leading down the path where they die horribly, then they die horribly, or if they have a happy one. But and kind of hope is the writer. So it's essentially as you do those mindfulness activities, right? If you do puzzles, essentially, you're getting up and up on their hope. And those endure scenes are challenging, so their hope can go up and down. And the thing is, we saw it with Toby, pure redemption path, almost apart from attacking the Foundation, because that just had to happen. That just had to happen. But because of the negative hope, the character passed away. That's really important to have both up, essentially. Now, a lot of this is done with influence points. So, for example, in our current decision, there's a rally on redemption, so like your influence points are a little larger for those who want that. Noah, could you explain to us how influence points work for our audience?
Yeah, of course. So once a decision is made by the audience, it's canon. So there's no reset button. That's it. These decisions are defined by the influence points that you, the audience.
Come on. Stop it.
The more influence points you have, the more sway you will have for the decisions you care about. So you can rally and you can make an impact. So you can earn influence points by taking part in endurance scenes during the live shows, and we'll go over those in a little bit, or by doing puzzles, which I'm a sucker for. And alternatively, you can gain them via direct purchase or a season pass.
There we go. So we're going to relook back at that closing decision, right? How will Rachel respond to the recruit's blessing offer? That's going to appear on the screen. Noah's going to read it to you. As I let you know, the damnation is now clearly edging over redemption. Clearly, people are like, you know what? Somebody said this Foundation lackey has to die. I understand. We've had people knock on our doors all the time. So I understand the sentiment.
Right. And you know how they say life finds a way? Well, death finds a way too.
That's fair enough.
But so, Rachel, how will she respond to the recruit's blessing offer? Will she accept their blessing, redemption, send them away, suffering, or let them die, which is damnation? So we do have to decide, now, if I was Rachel, let's recap for a sec. Girl lost an eye. Well, she kind of did it to herself, but still. She's leaving the Foundation that was her home and basically her whole life. And her husband is, Well,
we'll cover that in the post-show a little bit.
But things are going not so great, and we don't know where Faith is still. So I'm kind of I'd accept the blessing if I was Rachel in this position, just because, the despair at this point. You know what I mean? I don't know if more death is the way, but of course I am just a simple little person and sometimes not very smart even.
Yeah, but she's already accepted the blessing, She's had the food poisoning, she's had the hospital visits, she's had everything and got nothing for it. Now, letting the person die may be a bit extreme, to be quite frank.
Yeah.
I see a rally for send them away, I don't know if that's a genuine, let's just leave this as is, or if somebody's like, you know what, let's just put them on their way, just go thank you, but no thank you. Don't need more info here. But no, as it stands, they're not going to serve, our audience member is not going to live very long, as things stand.
Yeah, so maybe there's a place where, the hybrid of a suffering and domination in this case would be send them away to a nice farm up north.
Oh, yeah, the nice farm, right? Carl's farm is the one, right? That's where they all end up, right?
Oh, God, if this is the nice farm up north, I'll just kill me on the spot. I don't need to go to the farm. Thank you very much.
All right, so now if Noah ever ends up in the show as a cameo somehow, make sure that her character dies. Very important. Now, all that said, right, we've been checking this current decision, Noah. I can tell you right now that it's redemption at 39%, damnation at 43%, and suffering has a big rally. So let's see if we can do that, but it is far behind at 19%. So the big thing here, right, is essentially Rachel's, for all what we see her responses are in the community, well, she's on the redemption path. Maybe a little bit of a twist here. Such it is. That said, it is almost time for the show. We're a couple of minutes away. So our production team is going to put up the endurance scene that you're going to get. Noah's going to walk us through that, if you can, please.
I need to get in my endure zone. Okay, So, one of our main story characters will enter an eerie room and advance slowly to find one of you, lovely audience member, dead. A ton of crawlers, insects with human face appear, and the only escape is to run to the door towards freedom. So you'll have to help the character shake off the crawlers and crawl themselves through barbed wire and get the hell out of there. So the inputs will appear on screen for you to react. And Eduardo, can you explain more, please?
Sure. So the big thing here, right, as many of you know, but for those who are maybe newer, who are trying this for the first time, the thing with these endure scenes is they're kind of a bonus for you tuning in live, right? You get more influence points as a result of doing that. That's great for you. But the thing is, it affects the character. So when you succeed in one of these as a community, the character's hope goes up. If you don't, the character hope goes down. Now, when they're not succeeding, they may not survive in the story. They may get their permanent death. Now, again, remember, succeeding in this or failing this isn't the usual concept, because what it is isn't a judgment on you, the audience. What it is it's a way to affect the collective story in a way that is a little bit different than just the choices you're making. It's a way to kind of have a bit of that, the je ne sais quoi in the character reactions, where even something that for somebody that everything seems to be, I'm not going to say going well because of, the show we're involved in, because, it's a horror show, but well enough. And then, they just die horribly.
Well, something needs, there is no good without, there is no bad without good, right? If they're just suffering all the time, what's the point? You need to have some kind of hope sometimes. And this is what we're all about here in Silent Hill Ascension. We are about that hope and faith, even though we do horrible things to our characters. But yeah, the endure scene is a really fun way to partake in that. And we are coming close. I think we are 3 minutes, right? From the show. 2 minutes. So, Eduardo, can you please recap for us?
No, of course. No, we just crossed the 2-minute mark. That's why. Literally,
Oh.
I can see it there. By the way, just for people at home, we will talk actually a bit more about the endurance scenes in the post show. A little bit of a dev update on you there because of your feedback. So, now the thing is, we saw Mede burn to a crisp. That's done, dusted. Carl's gonna have to pick himself up and dust off Mete. Anyways, the thing is, you're going to see the result of your decision. That decision, how will Rachel respond to the recruit's blessing offer? We got less than 5 minutes with Damnation heading over Redemption. So you're going to see the results of that essentially tonight. Enjoy, I guess, seeing them, letting them die, unless you're going to change things very quickly. All that said, it's time for you to really enjoy the show, but we will be back for the post show. We're going to break it down. We're going to give you some updates as well on the development side. But as usual, we love breaking down the story with you. So please do stick around after the show. But in the meantime, enjoy the show itself. This was Noah with Eduardo. We'll see you later.